Reddit never fails to remind me how lonely, strange, or just plain unfair life can be sometimes. Let's get into it. Family hates it when I go to the toilet. I know it sounds weird, but please, hear me out. I'm 19, male, living in a small house with my family. This might sound funny or stupid, but I'm serious. My family really doesn't like it when I go to the toilet. You can leave if you want. In the morning, everyone's asleep. Nobody's using it. I wait, but when I finally reach my limit and go, that's when all the drama starts. My father doesn't say much, maybe because I'm older now, but my brother starts complaining loudly, and then my mother jumps in like it's a whole courtroom scene. Same thing happens in the evening. Between 4 to 6 p.m., I usually feel pressure again. That's just how my body works. But of course, the moment I go in, suddenly my little brother gets pressure too. He was on the phone the whole day, but now he's shouting outside the door like it's an emergency. That's all my mum needs to hear. She gets angry, scolds me, says hurtful stuff like he's always hiding in the corner or in the toilet. Just because I don't have friends or go out much, they act like I'm doing something wrong by simply existing. And the worst part? Even if my brother isn't there, my father shows up from work at the exact same time. If he sees the bathroom door closed, he gets angry. It's like I can't win. Yes, I'll admit, back when I was depressed, sometimes I overstayed in the bathroom just to be alone. Nobody in my family knew I was depressed, of course. They will remember every little movement I make that they can criticize. I'm tired. I can't even go to the toilet in peace without feeling like I'm being judged or attacked. My girlfriend wants to give up our child for adoption and continue life. I'm late 20s, she's early 30s. I love her more than anyone I've ever been with. Thought she was the one, but right now, feels like I'm falling apart. She's pregnant. Our baby girl is coming soon. From pretty early on, she said she wants to put the baby up for adoption. Says she wants to travel, do stuff she can't with a kid around. Then she told me she still wants to stay with me and maybe have another kid later when it's more convenient. That part messed me up real bad. I can't do that. I'm ready to raise our daughter. Got a solid job, stable income, and my family's ready to help however they can. I'm not running away. I want to be a dad. But she keeps pushing adoption like I don't even matter. Then she says she loves me and wants to keep building something with me. Like we can just give away our kid and move on. Honestly, it makes me sick just thinking about it. She always puts her family first, even though they don't support her the way I do, emotionally or financially. I'm the one who shows up over and over, but somehow it never seems to matter. I love her, still do, but I can't stay with someone who's okay with giving up our kid just to make life easier. That's not something I can come back from. I don't want to look back years from now and regret not fighting for my daughter. This whole thing's breaking me. Never thought I'd have to choose between love and being a father. Not even sure why I'm posting this. Just needed to get it out. Purposely tightened my boyfriend's jars so he has to ask me for help. This is pretty lighthearted, but I need to tell someone. I, 26-year-old male, have a boyfriend, 36-year-old male, who's really cocky. Like extremely cocky. And he's really hot, so it's justified. Also, bartender cockiness. Sometimes I want to humble him. So I tighten his jars. Pickle, pasta sauce, peanut butter, you name it. If it has a lid, you bet I'm cranking it an extra notch. Even if he closes a jar himself, I will go to the fridge and tighten it myself. Not so much that it's suspicious, just a little so he's forced to ask for my help. I'm a lot stronger than him, and it feels like sometimes he forgets how dominant he is. So this is my petty way of reminding him and humbling him. Every time I hear that, "Baby, can you open this for me?" my body fills with joy. Honestly, I might start putting stuff on the top shelf too, just so he has to ask me to get it down. Edit. So, hi, it's the next morning. The comments were really mixed on this post. While the positive ones were rolling in, I kept rereading my post with fondness, but then the negative ones came and I instantly panicked. Rereading the post, I got this bitter taste in my mouth and my heart sank to my ass. I honestly did see where the comments were coming from while I was rereading it. So I waited until my boyfriend came home and I confessed everything and apologized. I told him I've been tightening his jars, so he has to ask me for help. And apparently, I've been doing it pretty poorly because he said he opens his own jars when I'm not around. And like I asked him why he keeps asking me to open the jars if he can do it himself. He just said he likes it when I do it, and he likes that I like it. He also said something about wanting to feel dainty. That made me laugh. I was really upset at the thought that I'm emotionally abusing my boyfriend, so I'm glad I told him. But yeah, me and my boyfriend are okay. And I guess I'm on jar duty for the foreseeable future. Might still hide his step stool just to see how high he can jump. I'm kidding, don't kill me. My ex accidentally got a woman pregnant, and I am kind of glad about it. My ex is an absolutely horny MF. When he is in the mood, any barrier that is in the way, be absolutely darned. His mind is on one thing and one thing only. It's to the point where I fully believe there is some mental illness that exists that he has around sex. It physically pained him if I ever turned him down. He would accept my answer, but he needed to leave immediately and would need to go on a long run at full sprint afterwards. We had a treadmill, so I knew where he was. I had to lie to him that I wasn't on birth control. I was, just so he would put a condom on. He still would forget more than half the time. We did have a pregnancy scare a few times as my period does tend to skip when I get overly stressed. I knew I wasn't, but you gotta double check with these things. He absolutely panicked every single time. He would be agitated as anything for a week. He would cry and just be absolutely terrified that I was pregnant. He did not want a child until much later on in life. We could not afford a child, and one of his biggest fears is having to be poor again in the same way he grew up. This was a dick move on my part, but if I knew he was broke, I would force him to buy the pregnancy test just to drive home the point. He would be counting his coins out and had to sell a game for the cash. Despite all of this, he would never learn his lesson. He would never stop and think. I ended things with him for obvious reasons. But now, a few years later, he got this woman pregnant. I somewhat know her. She's a bit messy and they aren't dating. He really isn't happy with the situation or doing well at the minute either. I do feel bad for both of them as the baby was a surprise. I mostly feel bad for the baby though. It's still early days and we aren't Americans, so they do have a few options in front of them luckily. But I am glad it finally happened to him. The consequences of his actions catching up after all these years. He needed to learn. If you enjoyed hearing me read out these Reddit stories, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I may not be very good at this, and this may be a brand new channel, but YouTube seems to be absolutely plagued with people just layering AI voices over the top of some text and then that's it. I know this video isn't much different, but I am hoping that I add a little bit more of a human feel to it. Anyway, let me know what you thought. Thanks.